Yo, what's up? It's your man back in the building. All right. Your man, Mr. Make You Smile, aka Gypsy Hustle, aka the Happy Hatter, aka none other than your man Chucky B back in the building. Um, Gonna talk about some old stuff. Like I said, I've been gone in and out, so not gone, but just busy. With my coaching with my kids and stuff like that. So I haven't been able to do my shows like I wanted to. But hey, I'm back. Once my season is over, I'll get back at it probably every other day. Because there's always something to talk about. All right, first thing I'm talking about. Okay, last show I talked about this security. Well, I called him a police officer. That was wrong. Come to find out, it was a security guard who was in the LSU locker room, and Odell Beckham slapped him on the behind. Uh, and I guess he took offense to that and filed like some kind of minor assault charge or something like that against Odell Beckham. All right. Well, now I said in the beginning that the security guard, I said police officer, but the security guard was looking for money. I said that in the beginning. Come to find out, the security guard has now dropped those charges. I mean, I said it was stupid. I said it was stupid. It was a waste of time. The story was not newsworthy. And a lot of people don't like Odell Beckham because of his antics on the field or whatever. It seems like an attention grabber. But that right there was unnecessary. Odell Beckham I guess he gave the kids some headphones before the game. And I guess after the game, he was in there handing out money. Nobody ain't talking about that. Everybody hush about that. But I guess because it was straight cash, I don't know. But yeah, that story was not newsworthy. So I just wanted to say about the security guard. Why would you do that? You in the locker room, and I said this before, you're in the locker room. A lot of people don't get to come in the locker room. Locker room is a sacred place. I know that the fans want to get more involved in what's going on in the locker room, right? But only a select few get to get in there. And when you get in there, enjoy it, cherish it. It's a special place. It really is a special place. The one thing I miss about playing is the locker room. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of fun conversations. A lot of trash talking going on in the locker room. So it's a kind of a sacred place for an athlete is the locker room. So if you get an opportunity to go in there, cherish it, look around, enjoy it. Don't go in there and press charges because somebody slapped you on the butt. You're in the locker room, you're going to get slapped on the butt. Period. All right? So don't take it personal. All right, next thing. Derek Jeter is expected to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I had the opportunity to meet Derek Jeter probably about 6 years ago. He was up in Charlotte. He's a good friend of Michael Jordan, so I ran into him up there at Charlotte at a basketball game. Very nice guy. Congratulations to him. He should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Derek Jeter is, you talk about, you cannot talk about the New York Yankees without talking about Derek Jeter. So he was just a class act his entire career in New York. I think he lives in Miami now because he does something with the Marlins now, part owner of the Marlins. But Derek Jeter's nothing but a class act. Nothing but a class act. Nothing but a lot of respect for him. Now the question I have, I saw Roger Clemens was on that ballot. Will Roger Clemens ever get in there? I'm not sure he will, because I think people think he lied about the steroid use. So Roger Clemens probably won't get in. But Roger Clemens, I'll tell you what, Roger Clemens was one of the best pitchers to pitch in the game. And it's going to be a shame that he probably won't get in the Hall of Fame, But it is what it is. Next thing. This is old, but Janoris Jenkins was on social media, and this is when he was with the Giants. And I guess he got into it with a fan. This is why social media can be dangerous. So he got into it with a fan and said something to the fan that was disrespectful. Might have called him a retard or something like that. So I guess when he did not apologize for doing that, the Giants released him. So he ended up getting picked up by the New Orleans Saints, I believe it was. But here's my thing, okay? I'm glad social media wasn't around when I was young. I don't think I would have been on social media like that, like I am, because I was too busy. I might have been on the little Snapchat thing, snapping, and I was trying to be everywhere. So I might have been snapping and Instagramming and all that. I don't think I would have been doing the Twitter thing like that. But I guess he got into it with a fan on Twitter, and it got to an argument. But here's my thing: as a fan, don't think you could say anything to somebody and they not fire back at you. Not saying what he said was right, but athletes, they're humans too. They're human beings too. You can't just fire off and say what you want to say. Maybe he stunk it up that particular day. All athletes have a bad game, a bad day. That happens. That's part of sports. Just like you have a bad day at work. That happens. That's a part of sports. Well, the football field is his job. So he had a bad day at work, maybe, I don't know. But don't think that you can just say anything to somebody and they not fire back at you. You know what I'm saying? That's for the fans. Don't do that. Because if you willing to say something that you think would be hurtful to me and I fire back at you, now you're going to be upset about it. You need to rethink what you said to me. And as far as for the player, just, try not to get into it with a fan. You can pretty much kill them with kindness. Like you just tell them, I'm living your dream. That's why you watching me play. Give them something like that. Shut them right up. You know what I'm saying? Because getting into it, getting into the name calling, would probably be bad for your brand, as they say. You don't want to have nothing bad for your brand. So getting into it with a fan, don't do it. Try not to. You know what I'm saying? Try not to. But I understand if somebody says something to you and you want to fire back. I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. All right, next thing we're going to talk about. This flew under the radar. Nobody even talked about this. Nobody said one word about this. But Richie Incognito got a $14 million contract from the Raiders, right? So now Richie Incognito is the guy that was, I guess he was throwing around the N-word. I think he did something like that. When he was with the Dolphins, he got released from the Dolphins. And the Raiders picked him up. Now, Richie Incognito went to Nebraska, which I was a big Incognito fan when he was at Nebraska. Richie Incognito is a good player, good football player. He is a really good football player. But it flew under the radar that he got $14 million. Now, I say this because society has forgiven him. You know what I'm saying? We forgave, hey, why are we going to hold on to that? Okay, he said that. All right, don't say it again, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, society has forgiven him for using that word. So he's moved on. Nobody brought it up the entire season with the Raiders. And, you look at the Raiders roster, he's playing amongst those guys. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like society can't find it in their hearts to forgive Michael Vick. Yeah, what Michael Vick did was wrong. But the man went to jail. Right? He had a $130 million contract, lost that. I don't know what the contract was from Nike, but he lost that. He basically fell from grace and had to start from the bottom and build himself back up, and he's done that. So now people have gotten mad about him being announced as a Pro Bowl captain, and all this stuff. So the guy has done numerous things for PETA, which is the pet organization, but leave the guy alone. They can't find it in their hearts to forgive Michael Vick, but they want, Shannon Sharpe said it best, about how we're expected to have empathy, but no one has empathy for us. You know what I'm saying? So, and forgiveness. So I'm done with the Michael Vick thing. I'm so tired of people talking about it. Like I said, he went to jail, paid his debt, came back, and realized, I'm not gonna really call it a mistake. He gonna realize what he realized, what he was doing. He had no business doing it. It wasn't a mistake. He knew what he was doing. But he shouldn't have. He realized, you know what? I shouldn't even be around this. You know what I'm saying? So when you make a certain amount of money, you got to move different. That's just what it is. You can't do the same things that other people do, because when you go out in the public eye and you're a public figure, or put it like, like Michael Vick is a public figure, when you go out in the public eye, people see you. They don't see the people with you. They see you. So if something goes down and somebody's with you, they say, well, Michael Vick's crowd was here. Your name gets mentioned first. Trust me on that. So, if people could find it in their hearts to forgive Michael Vick and move on, that would be a great thing. But it just seems like, they don't want Michael Vick, like, okay, the dude paid for his sins, or some of them. Let these so-called Christians, let God deal with him. You know what I'm saying? Not you. So he got to deal with the court of public opinion, and these clowns here. You know what I'm saying? So find it in you want everybody to forgive all the BS that goes on, but you don't want to forgive Michael Vick. Shame on you. All right. Last thing I'm gonna talk about. All right. So the Cowboys, I already talked about hired Mike McCarthy. Now, what I didn't talk about is the Cowboys had 15 Pro Bowlers. They had 15 Pro Bowlers and did not make the playoffs. Mediocre 8-8 record, I believe it is. 8-8 or 7-9. No, it's 8-8, I think it was. So mediocre. Did not, win a weak division, but had 15 Pro Bowlers. So that to me says a lot about the coaching when you have talent, because I coach now, and all you want is players. If you get some players, you say, if I get some players, I'm going to win. You know what I'm saying? Because you need players to win. The Cowboys had those players and did not win. So good luck to them. Like I said, I'm a Giants guy. Good luck to the Cowboys. I'm not pulling for them. I'm not pulling for them, but I think Mike McCarthy was a good hire. All right, my Dan Le Batard portion. The impeachment hearings have started. Hopefully that clown gets removed out of office, but, who knows? We'll see. But Mitch McConnell has decided to block witnesses. They say he's expected to block the witnesses from testifying. So, to me, that's absolutely insane. It's almost like the Republican Party has a double standard. Whereas when it was Bill Clinton, when it's time to impeach Bill Clinton, they got to hear from the witnesses. They got to do this, got to do that. But now when it's the same thing with Donald Trump here, a Republican, they don't want the same. It's a double standard. And my confusion is, how has he just hijacked the Republican Party? The Republican Party is supposed to be this law and order. The first thing he did was, down the FBI and the CIA like they was against him and all this madness. Hopefully he gets out of office. But, the big thing is for people to go vote and get him out of office, because the country has been set back, and it's really sad that that the way things are going in America. This is our home. But it's really sad how things are going with race relations. We should be far past race relations by now, and we are not. Race is still a big issue in America, and it's really sad. It's really sad. And, I am choosing to be part of the solution. But that don't mean you can, treat me any kind of way, because I don't, want no problems. You know what I mean? But I'm going to try to be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. Let's get out, let's vote. Let's try to help one another when we can, because we're only here for a short period of time. All right, that's it from me, your man, Gypsy Hustle, a.k.a. the Happy Hatter, a.k.a. Mr. Make You Smile. Excuse me. But that's it from me. You have a blessed week, and we'll see you on the next show. Peace.